reminded me, I love your recommendation to have pictures of yourself, whether painted or printed out, put up around the wall, walk by and say, I love you. I want to encourage people to make sure to watch module 2 of this masterclass, because I guide people through a daily practice that I do, and I guide others through, where you place your hand on your heart, you look in the mirror, and you say a series of affirmations. One of the things that I've done over the years to help, heal so many of my own childhood wounds is I've learned to look at myself in the mirror and give myself a hug and say, I love you. I love you just the way you are. And that was really hard at first. I didn't realize how hard that was. I realized the importance and the power of it just for my own self-healing, but I didn't realize how hard it was at first. It took doing it a lot until I actually started believing it, right? So those kinds of things actually really can make a huge difference, as you've proven and your patients have proven again and again and again over the decades.
Yeah, because you're making me remember in the morning when I walk in the bathroom, I often think, who's that guy? Because I feel still like I felt 40, say, years ago, you know what I mean? And I'm still feeling and thinking like that younger, loving, caring person. And I walk in the bathroom and there's this older man here. But he's a nice guy, so we let
and true and obviously very brilliant and very wise. So
but it's amazing what your mind can accomplish and do. I mean, that's why I say faith and hope are worth having, and have the right Lord, who is into loving you, and understand that. Because it's, again, the power and the potential that's built into us. When your body knows you love it, all these mechanisms go to work. I always say to people, when you cut your finger, do you panic? No, you put a Band-Aid over it, and a week later, there's nothing there. How did your body know to do that? It's built in. But when you give it the wrong messages, it doesn't do what it's supposed to do, because you're turning it off. And that's, just such a vital, important thing to understand. You've got to give it the love, give it the healing messages, and it'll do those things. And anticipate good results. Because, I keep repeating this, but your body believes what your mind conceives of. So whether it's the COVID vaccine or chemotherapy or surgery, if you're saying, oh, this is terrible, this is bad for me, this is no good, you're damn right you'll have trouble and prove that it was no good for me. Because, again, your body expects it.
So how can people change their thoughts effectively to help their bodies heal? How can they change that negative thought to a positive, reaffirming thought?
Well, it's like saying rehearse and practice being the person you want to be. So literally take the time to picture yourself going through a treatment, going home, feeling fine, having a big dinner and everything. One of the things with friends I have and neighbors, they'll often say to me, I'm having surgery. I say, tell your body to tell the blood to leave the area of surgery. So it makes it easier for the surgeon. And they do it. And I get phone calls from them, because they're not afraid to say to the surgeon, Dr. Siegel told me to move the blood away. And a lot of them think, oh, that's crazy. But this friend of mine, he said, after surgery, the surgeon said to me, he couldn't believe it, how dry it was, how little the bleeding was. It was amazing. And he's a friend. His name is Lionel Ketchian. He runs a happiness club. And he's that kind of guy, he believes, he does. And his surgeon said it blew him away, how easy the surgery was and everything else. Because Lionel wasn't afraid to tell him, Siegel told me to move the blood away. He's not worried about being criticized, and how it works. So your beliefs play an enormous part in your future. Now, one of the things I also say to people, How would you describe what you're going through? And if they say a diagnosis, carcinoma of the colon, I say, that's not what you're experiencing. That's not a feeling. I want to know how it feels to have that. Oh, failure, wake up call, pressure, just all kinds of words. Most of them are negative. This woman with cancer, when she said failure, I said, how does failure fit your life? Well, my body failed. I said, that's not my question. Oh, my parents committed suicide when I was a child. I must have been a failure as a child. Now we're working on healing her life. Pressure, woman in intense pain, going to be admitted to the hospital. To make a long story short, I did a meditation with her to relieve pressure in your life. 25 minutes later, the nurse said to me, it's her marriage, the pain's gone, she's going home to work on it. And those are things that really blew me away. Now, some people don't have negative statements. They'll say it's a wake-up call, it's a new beginning. And they have seen the fact that they're mortal. Okay, then I'm going to change my life. You know, it's